You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. Embracing the abundance mindset. And you know what? I know I've talked about abundance several times. I probably will keep talking about it because, I always get on here and talk about, different businesses to get into and stuff like that. But, as people know who've been riding with me since the beginning, my main thing on this channel was to talk about mainly the mindset that you need to really get it. And I'm going to tell you what. That's tough. Even for me, it's tough. Because even though I'm very self-employed right now, very self-employed, really, I'm really doing well. Like I'm, looking at upgrading where I'm living, and I can actually look at a car and, say, hey, you know what? I don't have to get a car from one of those buy here, pay here places like I did maybe 10 years ago. And despite all of that, it's still that little scarcity thing that holds on, right? Because that's really the biggest issue. We live in a society that embraces a scarcity model. It's always we don't have. Like, I give you a great example of that. I saw something somewhere on social media talking about a shortage of housing in the United States. And I'm like, shortage of housing? Please, depending on the neighborhood, you could see whole rows of empty houses. Shoot, just go down. I'm outside of Baltimore. There's parts of Baltimore you can drive to and just see whole rows of empty houses. And you go in some poor areas, there's some houses there. You still have abandoned houses that need repair. And also in my area, though, they building houses. But when you say scarcity, I'm like, there's plenty of homes. Maybe the focus should be on fixing up what's actually there. But that's a scarcity thing, saying there's a shortage or there's a good mindset. Since I'm known for talking about relationships, there's a shortage of good mates. That's a scarcity thing, right? But see, one thing about a scarcity thing, gives you the feeling there's never enough, right? It gives you the feeling. And like I said, there's that little tiny bit that holds on. And the reason I know it holds on, because every now and then I'll look at a job and say, hey, that's something I could do. And I'm thinking about, wait, man, I got a job. I'm making money. But I sat down and I recognized it for what it is. It's still that thing of, wow, I'm doing all this. So, maybe the bottom can fall out. And, I've actually heard some people who were doing very well. They say, well, I'll do this while it lasts. And I'm like, no, just evolve. The key to it is embracing that there's always abundance. There's always money. There's always resources out there. And that's a key thing. Because even with what I'm doing now, people don't realize I'm evolving. I got a new business channel. Not business channel. I already got the business channel. New channel for women. And who knows, I might evolve to something else. Might do a sports channel where we just talk sports all the time. Right? Sports talk radio and all of that. Right? Something. But also evolving as far as other stuff that I'm doing as well. And plus, I'm about to go into the real world in a big way. Social media is cool. Yeah, it's bringing me, it's keeping some money in my bank accounts. But y'all heard it here first. Anything that you can do like in the real world is still a big thing because people still want community. It's one thing to interact with somebody and interact with a few words they have on the screen and you see a picture or some type of avatar. But it's another thing when you right there in their presence. It's a whole different dynamic. And you heard it here first. That's going to come back. So I'm looking into doing events like seminars, singles parties, expos, things of that nature. And of course, Rom has, actually, I've helped put on some parties and expos before. I've helped put on some, but I wasn't like the point person. I'll put it like that. I've assisted. But that was a while ago, and I was just like, hey, wait, I need to do that. You know, heck, and that's something I'm going to learn and everything. But that's another thing. My bottom line is I have to keep that abundance mindset. Like it's something always there. It's something always there. What I can do can evolve, whatever. And that's got to be the constant thing. But the key to it is embracing it. And that's embracing it in all areas of life. I mean, yeah, I'm talking about business, but, people got to embrace that as far as finding mates, finding friends, just living well. So many people embrace the scarcity thing. So many people. And like I said, that's the society. This whole society is based on a scarcity model. It starts with school. That's why you get a bunch of people in high, primary education, from kindergarten to 12th, and then it gets narrowed again once people go to college, and then once they get jobs and everything, it's like a pyramid. But that's kind of a scarcity thing. That's a scarcity thing. We'll say there's a scarcity of jobs when, if you really want to be technical about it, jobs are created by people's demand. If people demand services, like, a big thing in the news is Starbucks and their stuff. I'm just like, who says you have to get stuff from Starbucks anyway? And that's why they're doing so much damage control. They know there's other people out there. You got a lot of small shops and stuff. They may not be as ubiquitous as Starbucks, but they know some people will start looking for other coffee places and coffee shops. So, But that's the thing. You always have, that's an abundance mentality to think, oh, wait, there's others out there, Because part of the thing with the scarcity thing, people at the top want you to only come to them for empowerment. They want you to come to them for jobs. They don't want to promote that, hey, why don't you just create your own thing? They want to make it hard for you, make it scarce. Because when something is scarce, then it becomes more valuable. Not just jobs, but like different material things. Because a lot of people don't have it. If you think about it, why do people pay so much for a Rolex watch? I mean, because, well, everybody can't afford it, but it's kind of a scarcity mindset. It's like, oh, not too many people have this. That's part of the thing why a lot of brands sell, or like Brewberry or something, $200 for some shirt. I'm like, well, it has the name on it, but that's a scarcity mindset, right? And that, to me, people have this. So because the way it works, if you have a mindset of not too many other people have that, then that creates more value in it. That's why you got kids still in like polos, and I'm like, man, they ubiquitous too. I don't know why people go crazy over them. And it's the same damn quality, really. So, I mean, you want to, despite everything, maintain that abundance mindset. And like I said, it's not easy. I mean, and trust me, I'm Mr. Abundance, but every now and then that thing creeps in. What I think what needs to happen, though, with anybody who's trying to embrace it, try to find others who are at least on that path. Like I said, it's still tough, but if you keep in your circle some people who have the same mindset, trust me, it's a whole lot better, right? Ooh, that gave me an idea for a video on my other channel. Anyway, right? That's an important thing. That's an important thing to get. Just embracing the mindset of abundance. And, don't feel bad if you slip up every now and then. Don't feel bad if you just like, damn, am I going to make this? That's human. There's nothing wrong with that. It's human to wonder, hey, this might fall apart. It's human. What you have to do is just think in terms of, it's always more. It's always is more than enough. It's more than enough. It's more than enough. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. So as always, let's go make that money.